And we're on.
What's up, everyone?
We'll sit here, wait a minute, let you guys come in by the hundreds. Oh, I gotta pause this. We'll sit here, wait a minute, let you guys come in by the hundreds. Oh, I gotta pause this. Good to go.
What's that?
So what was that company?
The Spot Laboratory.
I like to get him, I'd be able to get him on here and just talk about Spot Laboratory, what they want to be doing and shit.
Yeah,
and
you could. He would be delighted to do that. Yeah, just got off the phone with a representative or whatever, a guy that works down at the Spot Laboratory. I think it's down there in Kalamazoo or Portage, somewhere down there. Really, really helpful guy. Really smart. Asked him a bunch of questions. And came to the conclusion that this certain oil that we're making, it's coming back with really great levels of CBD. It's at like 53% CBD and only 5% THC. So it's a 10-to-1 THC to CBD ratio. It's a really great medicine for certain patients' debilitating conditions.
Like he was saying, for his epilepsy.
Yeah.
And this is it right here.
Here, come on. I need something to pack that fucking shit
Oh,
up.
damn. My bad, brother. Oh my God. I'm just saying, like, I would love to drive there right now.
Yeah.
And go bring the CBD to him. And just be like, oh yeah, here. Look, you've been growing Cannatoni for 5 years. Here, you want to grow this?
Yeah. Yeah, and the terps and everything. It's just an all-around medicinal herb, that right there. And
we gotta smoke a bowl of it.
There's certain countries you can go to, and it's completely legal. Any cannabis or cannabis products containing 1% or less THC is legal for cultivation, retail, use. All of it is completely legal in certain countries. I know Switzerland's like that. I know Mexico just passed a bill in July, I want to say, of this year. So a lot of places are progressing, especially when it comes to, cannabis products and cannabis at raw form containing less than 1% THC. People are really coming along on that because it's showing great medicinal properties and a outstanding treatment for epileptic patients, cancer patients, etc. Really excited to see what this strand can really do in the years to come of actually getting this strand down pat, really getting it tested at all lengths of growth, get it tested at 7 weeks, get it tested at 8 weeks, get it tested at 9 weeks.
10 weeks.
And then compare. Oh, okay, look, the THC levels are lower or they're higher at week 8, or, the CBD, and then.
What was his name that we were just talking about?
I forgot, but.
You don't remember his name?
MD, but.
Oh, MD what?
I don't know, Leisure or something.
Yeah, MD Leisure. Yeah. And the MD Leisure guy was saying that if you grow it in a room with other high THC strains, the THC will be up higher a little bit.
It could, interfere on that specific.
And when I had it at 0.7, when I had it at 0.7% THC, it was in a room that the plants were very spaced out. They weren't touching each other like crazy at all.
See, when you do it, you really want to, when you're dealing with specific strands like this that are testing with, high levels of CBD and low levels of THC, run a room, just dedicate that room to that. to that one plant and learning that one plant, the cycle and what it wants, how much humidity, how much water, how much everything it actually wants. And that's how you really, get it down to a science on how to ultimately be able to grow this plant to the highest potential. It's really fascinating. Just, like I said, this cannabis plant, period. Just for the fact that it's never ending. I don't give a shit how smart you are. You could have studied this and grew this plant for your whole lifetime, for 40, 50, 60 years. There's still always something to learn. You got to agree with me right there. You know what I'm saying? There's always something to learn. There's not one person on this earth that knows everything and anything when it comes to this plant, because we don't. We know probably 10% of this plant, if that. And that's just because, as far as, prohibition and all the propaganda on it and just all the, bullshit that's been up against this medicinal herb. But more and more every day, people are coming to reality and starting to think for themselves. And I see a lot of older people even once they were anti-marijuana, they were against it. And now they see the beneficial, the medicinal benefits of it. And they see it and they're like, well, I can't be against it now. It's helping my grandkid or it's helping me. You get what I'm saying? So things are evolving. It's just going to take time.
I don't have my fucking grinder. I have to break it with my fingertips.
Pretty good.
Hey, Dan. Welcome. Mind if I sit down?
Yes. Is that the CBD one?
Man, that's the CBD.
Is it?
That's that motherfucking CBD.
Yeah, I can taste it. It's fucking crazy. Through the whole bowl. See, that's what makes, this strand that significant. It's like you can pack a bowl up and literally to the point where you're about to cash it out, it's the last hit, you're getting flavor there.
I would
What weed, what marijuana have you smoked where literally through the whole joint or whole fucking bowl, there's flavor, not too much. That means that the terpenes are where it needs to be. That means that it was dried and cured right. And then, as far as in the flower and bloom stages too.
Well, plus I grew it.
Well, however you want to take it, but if you hit a joint and if there isn't some sort of reaction from you, like you're coughing or you're like, holy shit, or wow, or something like that, it's fucking trash. It's most likely garbage and it doesn't even need to be consumed. But
if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
That's the theory.
After you become aware and you're kind of have a stubborn tongue towards it, or just you're just educated when it comes to cannabis, and you know what's good and what's not, and what's flushed right and what's grown right, and it's sad to say that a lot of people in general are just still not there on how to grow it, are still not there. They want to grow it and then chop it down, let it dry for 4 or 5 days, and it's out the door. It don't even hit a jar.
Out the door, baby.
It don't even hit a jar, and it's like it's a process that you need to take your time. You need to be patient. I knew people that used to dry this shit for a month. Dry it for a month and cure it for a month, and then it's ready.
It's just another thing out here is that you know, even if I don't jar it, even if I don't dry it right, even if I don't grow it right, you know, even if I spray bullshit on it, you're not gonna really know to an extent. But I mean, me or you would know, you know, like, oh shit, this weed tastes like shit.
That's just crazy.
But when I go and I have to do 5 times more shit than a person that is just fucking growing it, pumping it full of nutrients, and then fucking drying it in 3 days and pumping it out at 150 an ounce. And then I do the same exact thing though, totally organic, fucking put so much love into it, then take 2 weeks just drying it, a month and a half curing it in a jar, and then I bring it to a place and I get 150 bucks. The same amount, you know, so it's just like, even if you wanted to do good, you know, there's so much pressures of just like, well, fuck it, I could just pump out massive pounds, and who gives a fuck, they'll buy it at the 150 no matter what.
Yeah, because they will. Well, see, that's how when this licensing comes into play here in the next couple months. December 15th is when applications are available to be submitted. There's going to be requirements when it comes to testing. I heard actually pesticides is one of them too. I'm assuming that, you know, each of these facilities cultivating are going to have to test each crop.
Go, and what are they testing for?
Well, that's the thing is, okay, what are the requirements? Okay, we know there's testing facilities. We know they're testing something. But what are the requirements? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, are
how
there
much mold do they?
Exactly.
They let so much flies and shit go through our meat. So how much are they going to let go?
Well, they're already letting a percentage of mold on weed, and they don't classify it as mold on there because it's below the certain level. The chances of you having mold on your weed in Michigan is 95%. 95% chance you grew mold on your weed.
Crazy.
Yeah. But all of it's worse than others. You get what I'm saying? Someone might have grew where it's okay, it's off the chart. It's toxic. You don't, get it away from you. I've talked to testing facilities before, certain ones.
Cheers, Dutch Grove.
And they said, yeah, I've talked to testing facilities before, and they were like, yeah, the people's samples came back so tainted with mold that they didn't even give them test results. They sent their money back.
Yeah.
Like, we're not getting, you know what I'm saying? We don't want you to get test results where, okay, you got your THC and your CBD level, you know, and this and that levels, but you're not even going to put up your mold levels. You're not going to put up if your shit has pest or mold and this and that.
So what about the shutting down all the dispensaries December 15th?
There's a bill that's being introduced, and more every day it's getting supported more by the here in Michigan, and it's becoming like a bipartisan support. They can't just up and just shut them all down like that. You know, a lot of people spoke their mind. I believe that, you know, there's going to be some places that are grandfathered in, but already a lot of places are just closing their doors up, you know, and they're not really taking any chance. But then you got the people that, hey, you know, I'm in contact with these people every day. I see these patients every day, and I'm helping these people every day. I cannot just cut these people off from this. You know what I'm saying? They're not about that. You're going to have to come shut me down. You get what I'm saying? That's how certain people are.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, bottom line is they want to try making a level playing field out here. They want to try making it so, okay, when this new legal framework comes into play, they want to make it so there's not already establishments that are already established and have clients and you get what I'm saying?
But how are you going to go from, like you said, it's like, yeah, you got patients coming in every single day.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of people that went to this last board meeting, and I actually attended it as well, where there was a lot of people that came there and gave testimony to this licensing board. And Laura was there too, Michigan State Police, and this and that.
What do you mean Laura was there? Is it an actual one person?
No, it's licensing and regulatory affairs.
So what, like 2-3 people were there from that place?
One dude, maybe a couple other, who knows? There was one dude that spoke. But anyways, you know, the Epilepsy Foundation stepped up. They, you know, had a whole testimony on how this would affect, you know, many patients with epilepsy. Really great testimony from them. There was another testimony from a veteran with PTSD that benefits from medical marijuana. There was, I mean, a whole line of testimonies from all kinds of people. They wanted to shut it down. There was 2 of the licensing board members. One of them is a retired sergeant from Traverse City, and another one is, I'm pretty sure he's a lobbyist. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It was a lobbyist and pretty much the sheriff. They wanted to try shutting it all down, and you know, they wanted to get more support from the board, support from Laura, you know, such and such. Well, they didn't get the support. The other old guy, the lobbyist guy, pulled the support, so it diminished any sort of motion to shut down any dispensaries. But that don't mean that Michigan State Police can't just come there and rough you up, shut you down, arrest you, try to prosecute you.
What you're trying to say is, so when we went to Lansing that time and it said, oh, October 15th, we might get shut down. November 15th, we might get shut down, but definitely December 15th, we're going to shut down.
They won't even be shut down December 15th. These places are going to be grandfathered in, okay? They're going to be, right now, they're already, hey, if you want licensing, you can apply right now. Like the places in Lansing, they wanted to try doing that in Lansing, where this is what happened in Lansing right now. They want to make it where there's only like 29 licenses available, okay?
Okay, which is whack.
Yeah, they want to make it so that only like a small amount of people can get the licenses, and a lot of these, and then a lot of these dispensaries would have to shut down in the meantime, whatever. Well, that got stopped by like it was a petition that was put in by a lot of the dispensaries around there and stuff, and a lot of the people in general. There was a petition that put in that stopped that ordinance, put it on hold or whatever. Week after that that petition went in, they come out with another ordinance going against them and stuff, you know. So there's a lot of, you know, controversy in Michigan right now. There's a lot of stuff, and what's happening more or less is they're putting profit over patients. Their state of mind, they're not thinking, oh, okay, let's address this for the medical needs of these patients. No, let's address this to our, you know, to our people that have invested, to our investors, to our corporations, to our, you know, lobbyists. They're comforting them, that side of people, way too much, and then throwing out, so, you know, all these 250,000 medical marijuana patients. Yeah, granted that we'll say 200,000 of them, we'll say 249,000 of them don't need dispensaries, but there's that group of people that benefit tremendously from a consistent supply of medication. Now, I've been a caregiver, and I'll tell you flat out, I can't give you a consistent supply if you needed edibles, tinctures, tonics, fucking, you know, you need raw cannabis, you need CBD, you need fucking low THC, you need all in between. You get what I'm saying?
Especially when you get to the factor, you know, I could see growing weed, make a little bit of extra money, whatever else, or just getting high off it, this, that, or who knows, all these different things.
Is that practical?
Yeah. To grow weed for a person that's dying or is very ill and is using it, it is a crazy thing. Because then you go in your grow room and you're just like, you start to think in your head, like, you know, I don't have a lab suit on or something, and I'm not even going to get this shit tested. And you try and grow it to your fullest extent, you know, best you could. But still in the back of my head, it's like, I'm about to give this to someone as medicine.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, there's a lot of dispensaries. I'm not going to say a lot, but there are dispensaries that they don't do testing on their, or they don't do testing on all their product, or they don't, you know, or some of that testing might be lies. Now, the thing is, the places that here's our database to our testing, you know, to Iron Labs or to the Spot or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Here's the fucking database. You can look at our results anytime. Or they have a book sitting there with all the results on everything. You know, but to be able to keep the demand, there's such a huge demand. You know, it's hard to be able to do that, but I don't know. As far as them getting shut down, I don't even see it happening December 15th. Because how the hell is some sort of dispensary going to be, okay, we'll say they're shut down December 15th, December 16th, you think there's going to be a dispensary there with state cultivated marijuana already that's tested? No. So how are you just going to take access, safe access, away from people with debilitating conditions? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, and we won't allow it.
Well, like you said, either way, no matter what, even if everyone does shut down, everyone's like, ah, fuck it, I'll shut down. There's always going to be the people that are like, hey, we don't give a fuck. We're not shutting down, you know?
Exactly.
We're not shutting down. Come get it.
Yeah. But, you know, it's just a lot going on right now because, you know, like I said, we're going into a licensing framework, okay? And then after that, we're only going to have, we'll say, a year or so. And then it'll be recreational. And then it'll be a whole nother thing where, hey, they're going to throw all these patients to the curb again. You get what I'm saying? Because every time recreational happens, everyone's thinking money. They're not thinking, hey, this is going to help, you know, our residents and our community in general as a whole.
What's fucked up for me is, like, yeah.
They're thinking money. I just want money. Fucking to be able to cultivate it the most, produce the most. And who gives a shit if it's shitty or if it's
30 years old. I started smoking weed with you when I was 10. So at 19, I had already been smoking weed for 9 years. And then I go to California, how weed's legal, you know, or medicine, you know, medical, got a card and stuff, you know, and I'm thinking,
you gotta open that window, dude. It's fucking hot. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. What?
I'm thinking in my head, you know, every time that I saw stuff go fully legal, like when I first saw Colorado go legal, I'm like, oh man, that's so great, dude. Like, I can't wait to go out there and just get the bombest weed there is, like, because it's legal to grow and sell it. So I have enough money to grow it the best way that I can and have that niche of, like, I got the best weed there is. But still, you go out to a dispensary, even in Colorado, California, right now to this day, and you will find junk. You might find one or two that are brand name, but you will find junk.
Yeah. No. I'm good at picking through it, though. I'm good at, you know, knowing if it's quality medicine or not. You know, I've just been around dispensaries.
Like Dextro says, I'm a caregiver, and I know lots of people that don't trust those big grows. Yeah, you know, and that's another thing. Even with massive people, even with big corporations coming in or anything like that, you still could be a small batch brewer because people are gonna, you know, you have a niche. It's just like micro brewing beer and shit like that.
Yeah, you got to stand out from the others. But, you know, I suggest if you want to be a part of any of this licensing, you start, you know, really concentrating on two things. Don't concentrate on the licensing and getting opt-in in with municipalities and doing this and networking. Or maybe do a little networking, but you want to concentrate on two things. Business plan, your product. Once you get those two down packed and you really start fucking, you know, processing, you know, the right, you know, fucking oil and the right fucking, you know, edibles and your products on point through testing and everything, then you start building your logo and you start building your fucking, you know, your company name. You know, people, you know, a lot of these big corporations think that they're just going to come in Michigan and just, cough out a bunch of money and get these licenses and think they'll be able to grow, even if they even get some professional growers in there, this and that. They got to realize that Michiganders are stubborn as shit. And we're keen to their shit. Because you got to realize this is 10 years going right now where we've been trying to get access. We've been trying to get a legal framework. We've been trying, okay? We're not going to just let some people mosey on in over here and think that they're going to have some oh, a successful, amazing business over fucking night. It's not going to happen like that. It's not. I don't believe it's going to happen because you know why? People will vote with their money. They will vote with their money. You best believe they won't be doing any business with them.
Yeah, but they find out some kind of niche to where they can start growing it and selling it cheaper than fuck. So that's another thing. When you're able to
Dutch Grow says you need a lot of money to jump in. You know, I believe that you do. Yes, you do need some capital there, and they do put, you know, a lot into it for an applicant. You know, okay. But I believe that if you work hard enough on the business plan, like I said, you have a right business plan written all the way from top to bottom, everything all the way down to bubble gum, okay? Where you have your security, your disposal plan, your, you know, employees, you know, wages, you have your ROI, you know, your return on investment, you have everything all in front of these, you know, any sort of public official or, you know, licensing board member or whatever. And then you go from there. But, you know, a 500 plant grow, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, what are you talking like a lot of money? Yeah, you know, 100, yeah, you're going to need couple $100,000 probably. You know, for the bigger ones, you'll need more. Now, I would say the cheapest to get into this industry, as far as the licensing here in Michigan, would probably be most likely, you know, like a small processing or a small, you know, cultivation or even a provision center. Because a provision center, you really don't need that much. You don't need that much to operate and to, you know, to have a provision center. But they want to see that you're good with regulation, being regulated. So, okay, if you've already had a liquor license, oh, that's really good. You get what I'm saying? You've already been regulated by the state. And then they'll look at, you know, any sort of taxes, you know, any of your prior taxes, W-2s, anything. They'll look at, you know, as far as your record, they'll run, you know, a whole federal background check on you. And then as far as, you know, they put in the bill where they can go off of your moral character, which I don't really get that. So some guy can just judge you on your...
It's like you can't be an asshole.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
really
where it's
nice.
like, well, no, maybe moral character where they were like, okay, we want to deny him because, yeah, I don't fucking know. Like,
yeah,
you know,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Moral character. What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, maybe he was a rapist before, or he was a fucking, you know what I'm saying, big time. I don't know. No, big time. He was coke dealer, but he doesn't have a felony on his record. He never had a fucking felony. I don't know. I don't know why it's really there. Never really questioned it too much.
Big time coke dealer, put him in jail. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Moral character. Yeah, that was just them to be racist.
Well,
pretty much.
Them to be able to, yeah, to easily be able to deny you a license.
Yeah.
But more and more I think about it, I look at it, I'm like, you know, the more licenses they put out, the more money they're going to make. When it gets down to it, when we're heading towards recreational and we're passing these recreational laws, that's where actually I believe that it'll be a little bit more easier to get into it. You get what I'm saying? Like right now they want to make it so rigorous and, you know, because there isn't no, you know, huge recreational. They want to wait so their guys get in first to be able to, you know, these big, you know, corporations or whatever you want to call it, lobbyists, friends, you know, people that got a bunch of fucking money and they want to invest in it. They want to get these guys in first, right? And then have an established, you know, program for about a year off the MMFLA, and then implement the recreational laws where everything will change. Where it'll be like, okay, I'm assuming it will be like this. Where it'll be okay. You'll have a medical marijuana license to cultivate, retail. You get what I'm saying? Or else you'll have a recreational one. You know, you can't do both.
Oh,
you get what I'm saying? You either have a medical.
That's how it was in Denver.
That's
they
what
had
I'm
to have separate buildings.
Yeah.
They own both of them, but you know they had to be in separate buildings.
So you know, we'll look at it. You know, rules and
recreational.
regulations changing again now with these petitions that are, you know, part of the petition for this legalization here. It's something where it's like, you know, I think everyone's pretty much entitled to grow like a certain amount of plants or something.
A couple plants?
Yeah.
Well, in the Recreational Act?
Yeah, I haven't looked too much into it, man. Because I've seen some bad parts of it. I've seen some good parts of it. I don't know. One way or another, I would sign it. You know, even if it, you know, even at the back of my head, I kind of felt like it is selling us out to the corporations and putting it in the control of their hands. Just for the fact that, yeah, it's going to help out a lot of people. It's going to help out with the safe access. You know, there's a lot of people in Tyranny right now. You know, we're from an area where there's over 20,000 patients and they're without access.
Oh, listen to this one. He said rich people are going to buy a lot of licenses. I heard they can have multiple licenses.
Yeah, it's stacked licensing. Hold on a second. I'll talk about that in a minute.
It's funny. He's been telling me about that for a couple of days now. But, you know, like I told him when he first told me about it, I said they still have to grow the weed.
Yeah. All right, anyway, stamp licensing, yeah, so they'll be able to, there's a Class C grow, 1,500 plants, they'll be able to buy a limited amount. There's no cap on it. It's stacked licensing. So a guy can come in and be like, I want 200 of those Class C licenses as one applicant.
Yeah.
But, you know, I look at it, like I said, just for the fact that, you know, it is going to create a lot of jobs. Our economy is going to explode out here. It's probably going to free up some, you know, lower taxes, because it will. It might actually, in certain areas where there is dispensaries and stuff like that, it might even higher the cost of living, and it might actually even higher your real estate. It might increase the value of your real estate. Yeah. I mean, there's research that's coming out
is there no cap on how many licensing you could buy? Like, is there no cap? Like, I could buy as many 1,500 plant licenses, many as I want.
Yes.
And then,
but for some reason,
there's have to be separate buildings.
Listen, no. But for some reason, it's not like that for Class B or Class C or Class A.
Yeah, so you know, it's just a top tier one.
The top one, you can do a limited stacking. So, in my eyes, but they just made it 10 times more harder for the little guy, right? For the one that is going just for a 500 plant. You get what I'm saying? Just think about it. If you just, okay, you're a caregiver, you're cultivating, you know, 60, 70 plants, whatever, right? You should be able to give it a more easier option for these caregivers to come out from the underground, be able to come into a licensing framework, right? Where, okay, yeah, we don't have all these crazy ass where, oh, you have to do a background check, you have to have $1 million in capital and, you know, all this different crazy shit. You know, they made it a hell of a lot easier for the Class A grow, just for the fact that it's going to be so much competition with these Class C growers to even probably stay afloat. Who knows?
How about Class A? It's just, boom, give me the money.
Yeah, you know, and the thing is, if you apply for it for a Class A grow, it's a $10,000 licensing fee for the license. Okay, it's $10,000. We know that. And then there's like, I think $5,000 to the municipality. And I'm sure there's other fees and permits and this and that. You know,
so at least 20, 25.
Yeah, well, no, about 15 to 20,000 or something. You're getting the license for the Class A. But that don't really matter if you have all kinds of rigorous, you know, as far as, you know, being able to try getting in it. You know, if you make it where it's so hard to get in there, the requirements, we're going to stay underground. Why not give them more of an option? Well, anyways, in this bill, they're trying to make where there's that legalization bill or petition, they want to make it where it's 200 micro grow or 200 plant micro grow or whatever. Okay, you get me? So it'll go recreational, and then there'll be an option for a 200 plant one or something. Anyway, it's called a micro grow. They want to do some type of shit like that. I don't know, but it's all bullshit. They need to make it, like I said, a little bit more easier for these caregivers, or else I see more and more caregivers. They're like, you know, I ask them, I talk to them, they're like, I'm not going for that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They're staying underground. They're staying in the caregiver model. You know what I'm saying? They're like, screw that shit. They make it way too fucking hard. You know, and the regulations are stacked on top of each other. But I don't know. Hopefully, you know, like I said, they make it a little bit more easier. Or else, don't be surprised if this fucking program, it could fail. How about that? It's just a fucking failed program. The MMFLA. And the thing is, you know, the MMFLA, it wasn't like it was voted on.
Yeah.
It wasn't voted or approved. It was just enacted.
Do you know anything about what do you know about the Michigan State is going to tell the grow-ups what seeds they can use?
For seed
Michigan
to sale
State.
and shit. I mean, the state of Michigan.
Oh, okay. Any seed? Yeah, any seed or any seedling.
So no,
tagged.
no.
Oh,
So
which
they're gonna
ones?
tell you what seeds you can grow?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can bring your genetics to the seed to sale and you get it entered into the seed to sale tracking system. They're not going to tell you what seeds you could grow and what this and that. Now, they'll have certain ones, okay, and they're going to be ones that, okay, these are track licensing, you know what I'm saying?
These are tracked seeds.
Yeah. But no, they're not going to, oh, this is what you can grow and what you can't grow. No. You bring your fucking clones there. You bring your, your seed. This is what I got. Throw it in the seed to sale. Start tracking the sons of the bitches. It's not that. Yeah, no.
It's just crazy.
What? We're almost there. I just think that they can go about it a little bit different. You know, but it's just not accepted here. People have not been accepting. We're not accepted in the community yet. At least out here, we're.
What did you hear, Dutch Crow? Let us know what you heard. Because I mean, yeah, it's like that's another thing. Like I was just telling him earlier, I wish it was like a week later from after everything is already out. And we're talking about what it actually is.
Yeah.
I hate being in this limbo right
I know,
now.
but look, there is a lot of things that are out. There is a lot of rules and the regulations that are already out.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot more coming. Like they'll probably release some shit here, maybe even today or Monday. The 17th, October 17th is actually the licensing board's meeting. It's their next meeting, and they'll be in East Lansing, I want to say. If I brought it up on the phone,
you said I think it's a big stunt from the governor to get elected again.
No, he's not getting. He's not even running for governor again. I don't even think he's running for governor again. No, that ain't gonna happen. Come on now. Michigan's running them right out. Michigan residents are running him right out of town. They want to. They still want to prosecute his ass. The thing is, there's still, a case along the way right now. But we won't even get into that because, that was just Michigan politics.
He is trying to run for governor again.
Are you serious? When did that come about, man? Like, when did he make it public that he was running for governor again? I haven't heard anything about that. I mean, I know Bill Schuette's running for governor. Did that just come out today? Yeah, for sure. You don't want to get into politics. It's way too much politics out here. I'm just drained from it. Yeah, I was running. She said no a few months ago. Yeah, I don't know. I doubt he'll win. The Michigan residents will make damn sure that he won't win. That's only a small percentage of people that would ever support him. or Bill Shuey. I mean, they've been in here a little too long with our politics. And
one dude saying, I don't think he's allowed a third term. Bernie Sanders fan.
Yeah, see, well, they did put a term limit on a lot of these elected officials. Before it wasn't like that. You'd be governor for 40 fucking years.
Yeah, right.
Oh, dude, I know. Oh, at least I think it was at least attorney general or something. Dude, like, yeah. There's motherfucking attorney generals for 40, 50 years, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
They run shit. But we supposedly elect them in there, though.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, if not him, somebody should be.
I just love
You
that.
know,
I have
what
no
the fuck?
idea.
Someone should be in jail. What the fuck?
I have no idea. What did he even
Well,
do?
you know, when you're running a fucking state and you're the governor of the state, you're supposed to know every goddamn thing that's going on in the state. Okay? Not only did you let a whole city of 100,000 people be contaminated.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Over 100,000 people lost their homes and lost, you know what I'm saying? They had to be relocated. Where do you think they went? They went to all these other cities like, you know, Saginaw or like, you know, Grand Rapids, you know, whatever, Kalamazoo, and all those places are in a housing crisis now.
Some headband.
But you got to think, even if 10% of that population of Flint went to your city, even we'll say 5% of that population of Flint, over 100,000 residents, came to your town.
And then the CBD.
And then everything else, shit. Oh, yeah. But yeah, anyways. But, you know, it's a hard position as attorney general or governor, you know, to take on that amount of shit. Because you got to realize that this has been put on. This wasn't, just Governor Snyder, or, you know, this, you know, shit's been going on for a lot of time, you know, plenty of years. And, you know, there's certain corporations and, you know, certain politicians that work hand in hand in destroying our environment, and certain things like that happen. Well, you know, go look up, you know, the DEQ. Go look inside, you know, as far as, you know, these certain brownfields and these contaminated areas around in your city. You know, I know that there's a lot throughout the state, and you'll be surprised of these areas. And there's active ones too. There's ones that are active chemical dumps and stuff where they've been dumping stuff for a long ass time, and it'll seep right into your water system. You know, they got shit going on right now throughout the state in Belmont and Plainfield Township. Water issue with the Wolverine Company down there. You know, yeah, I don't want to get into that bullshit.
I got stoned.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot changing here in Michigan. It's a wild ride, and we're still here. We're still fighting at it. We're still expressing our opinions every day. We're still not happy. You know, we're still not happy at all. And until things get changed, I don't think we ever will be. Like I said, man, I know so many people that have to drive. They have to drive hours away to make
shit pop.
No, well, to get, you know, decent medication. Okay, but they have to drive hours away to maintain a legitimate supply of medication. I mean, there's certain patients that benefit tremendously, and if they don't have it for a day, they're in danger. They could die.
I see 10 times more better weed on the street than in a dispensary. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's all right in the dispensary, but
yeah, but
I never came out of
the dispensary, I've been like, oh, hell yeah, that's a good ass.
Yeah. All right. Well, look at I have plenty of different times. You can't say that. Anyways,
I don't
Come
know.
on.
They all taste the same out in Lansing.
well, no, there's certain places you've at least gotten a gram or two where it was like, hell yeah, this some day.
Yes, I
Some
have.
OG or something.
No, some ones that I never even knew of, like that 24K that I never smoked yet. You know, and when I got that 24K, that shit was bomb. It was like a Tangy almost or something.
I fucking had a lot of different bombers. I've just noticed it looks like it's old as fuck. They've been sitting out forever. They're just the terps are just not there at all, and it's just mass produced or something. Just I don't know. But anyways, what were we talking about before that? We cut.
We're just talking about weed,
I
bruh.
don't know. He said he got some medical mask. What's that coming back at? Is that a high CBD strain?
I never even heard of it yet.
He said, "What are we smoking on?"
I want to smoke it. I already told him.
Hmm.
CBD, fucking pineapple chunk, headband, some Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, no. So that what is it called? Medical mass. Yeah, Dutch Grow. What are the levels coming back on that? Do you know? Is it a CBD strand?
He's in Michigan too.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Yeah, nice. Hell yeah.
Oh wow,
Cool.
10%
Yeah,
THC.
it's a 1-to-1.
12% CBD.
That's a 1-to-1.
Wow,
Right?
pretty much.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Good stuff. That's perfect, man. Have you tried making any oil or anything out of it?
Man, that's some good weed. You know, that I think about it, because like.
Yeah,
my
that's like
THC
back in the day. Dude, think about it. You were smoking shit that was 10% THC back in the day. 20 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, with that 12% CBD, just
Yeah, it's nice
CBD
combo right
feel
there.
really good. You know, I'm like THC, I love. So like to have two is perfect.
Yeah.
Royal Queen seeds.
Oh, okay. Yep. I know them. They're from Michigan, right? Royal Queen Seeds? Or no? I've heard that. Royal Queen Seeds. Have you gotten a terpene result on it? Have you gotten a whole terpene profile on it?
Yeah, they're from Spain. Got some dudes at the cup that were from Spain, Sun Seeds, Delicious Seeds, or something like that, I think they're called. Yeah, the CBD we got is 21 to 1. 21% CBD, 1% THC.
What did you say now? I don't have that. Yeah, get a terpene profile on it, man. See what that terpene, see where you're at right now in your terpene levels, because that's where a lot of the medicinal value comes from. As far as that specific strand that's testing out at that, and you'd be surprised that you never know, it might come back with some high levels of terpenes. If it has, is it kind of like different than others? Like when you taste it, is there abundant taste there at all?
Oh, I bet it's the bomb. I don't know, probably gonna wrap this up, man. Chill out. All right, Dutch Grow, man. Thanks for stopping by. We do these periodically, here and there, all the time. Not really, but all the time.
We'll be on later, dude.
Peace out.